Okay, this is Obey on behalf of American Income Life, and in this video, we'll be filling in our conditional receipt. Okay, now this is a receipt that you fill in as part of your application. Okay, some application forms may have this receipt, your conditional receipt, that is, and some application forms may look something like this. Okay, without the conditional receipt. Okay, so by definition, a conditional receipt is also called a conditional binding receipt. This is a document given to life insurance applicants after they've submitted their application and paid their first premium. Okay, it's common practice and is issued to ensure the applicant has coverage while they wait for the policy to be processed. Okay, coverage, the applicant is considered covered from the date they receive the receipt as long as they meet certain requirements. And we'll talk about those requirements on the receipt. Okay, liability. The insurance company is liable to the terms of the policy and must pay the death benefit if the applicant dies before the policy is approved. Okay, we'll talk about the liability as well. Okay, requirements. Okay, the applicant must prove they're insurable by meeting requirements, just like passing a medical exam. Time frame. Okay, the insurance company has a set amount of time to approve or deny the policy. Okay, so your conditional receipt basically creates a conditional contract between the applicant and the insurance company. Your insurability won't be affected by any changes in their health during the time between the application and approval. Okay, so as you might know, it does take some time for the application to be approved by the underwriters. Okay, and during that time, if something happens to you, okay, you will be covered by this conditional receipt. Okay, now because it's a conditional receipt, there are some terms and conditions, so to speak, and we'll talk about those terms and conditions in a bit. Okay, so first things first, okay, this is what the application for accident looks like. Okay, this is the part where you type in your premiums, okay, your first month's premium or your first premium that you need to pay as part of the application to bind the application, okay, for the policy to be effective. Okay, so when it comes to your first month's premium or first premium rather, okay, it will be refunded, okay, if the application is not approved. Okay, and this is the case with your conditional receipt as well. Okay, so should something happen to you, let's say you get into an accident, okay, and should you need coverage, okay, you will be covered as far as the death benefit is concerned. Okay, that's part of this receipt. Okay, however, if the insurance company finds out about some pre-existing conditions that you had and you didn't declare on your application, okay, unfortunately, the insurance company may decide to deny your application and refund the premium that you paid to bind the application altogether. Okay, so in terms of this conditional receipt, okay, no coverage will become effective prior to policy delivery unless and until all the conditions of this receipt are met. No agent has the authority to alter the terms or conditions of this receipt. Okay, so here you will type in the date received off, the sum off, date, okay, and the name of the agent. Okay, so let's go ahead and type in this form over here. Okay, your conditional receipt. Okay, so received off, let's say you made your payment. This has to do with payments as well as the day when you signed the application. So let's say you made your payment for your first premium. Okay, let's say 24 10 2024. Okay, so this is the date when you made your first payment. Okay, the sum of so and so as first payment on this application. Okay, so when it comes to the sum, you're looking at around, okay, $40 for your first premium. Okay, and this is to bind the application as first payment on this application. Now, as I said, this is part of your application. Okay, your application may or may not have a conditional receipt. If it does not have a conditional receipt, it will look like the first slide that I showed you. Okay. So apart from that, you will need to type in the date. Okay. So this will be the date. Okay. When you or life agent signs the application. So let's say 24, okay, 10, 2024, same day when you made the payment. Okay, an agent, this would be the name of the agent. So let's say XYZ, YZZ. Okay, so under terms and conditions, if an amount equal to the first full premium is submitted, okay, so that's condition number one. Okay, so condition number one says an amount equal to the first full premium is submitted. So we paid the premium, which means that this receipt is effective the moment you made your payment. Okay. Number two, all underwriting requirements, including any medical examinations required by the company's rules, are completed. Okay, so all the underwriting requirements, okay, whatever requirements you may have as requested by the underwriters, okay, all those requirements are met. Okay, which covers proof of insurability, okay, inspection reports, your MIB, so on and so forth. Okay, so your medical exam, you pass your medical exam, you don't have any pre-existing conditions, okay, so on and so forth. Okay, number three, the proposed insured is on the effective date indicated a risk acceptable for the insurance exactly as applied for without modification of plan, premium rate, or amount under the company's rules and practices. Then insurance under the policy applied for shall become effective on the latest of A, the date of the application, B, the date of completion of all underwriting requirements, and C, any date of issue requested in the application. Okay, so before we talk about this, okay, let me give you a little background as to how this application works. Okay, so when you submit an application to your insurance company, when you fill in an application and your life agent signs the application along with your signature, okay, this application will be mailed back to your insurance company. Okay, it will be sent back to your insurance company where the underwriters will review your application. They will check for risk factors. Okay, they will, or they might hire a third party to carry out an inspection report. Okay, they will check your MIB to make sure what you've indicated on your questionnaire is accurate. Okay, they might check your driving record. Okay, to make sure you don't have any driving infractions. Okay, they might check your criminal record. Okay, so on and so forth. So once they're done all that, okay, they will go ahead and approve your application. Once they approve the application, okay, remember at this point you've already paid your first premium. Okay, so once they approve the application, okay, your policy kicks in as soon as the application is delivered back to the insured, to the life insured. So once you get the application in your hand, okay, now this could be because either the life agent delivered it to you, okay, personally, or if it was mailed to you, okay, either by the life insurance company or the life agent. Once you get the application in your hand, the policy kicks in, okay? However, up until that time, okay? The terms and conditions of this conditional receipt must be met for you to have temporary coverage. Okay, so just when you get your auto insurance, for example, you have your temporary liability slip until you get all the registration done. Okay, you get your license plate. Okay, you fix your car, you're certified, so on and so forth. Okay, this is the same kind of receipt. Okay, this receipt kicks in. Okay, the coverage under this receipt kicks in as soon as you pay your premium and sign the application. Okay, so as long as you meet all these conditions, one, two, three, okay, all these conditions on the conditional receipt, okay, you do have coverage. Okay, however, as per this conditional receipt, as per this particular conditional receipt, the amount of insurance will not exceed over $50,000. Okay, which means remember the part where we talked about death benefit? This is your temporary death benefit. It will not go over $50,000 as part of this receipt. Okay, so if any of the above conditions are not met, The liability of the company shall be limited to the return of the amount submitted. So this talks about refund. If the conditions are not met, if one, two, three, either one, two, three are not met, either one of those three, okay, you will get a refund of your premiums. Okay, all checks must be made payable to the company. Do not make checks payable to the agent or leave the pay blank. Okay, so this is basically how your conditional receipt works. Okay, on behalf of American Income Life, this is Obey. Have yourself a great day.